Prime Minister should end the class war. And the latest escalation on the class war is the Prime Minister and the Treasurer's coming attack on your superannuation.
What you can always do is trust Labor with superannuation. It wouldn't be in this country if we hadn't brought it here.
The way the government contributes to some people's superannuation is by letting them pay less tax. This is called tax concessions. And this year it cost around $30 billion. In 2 years that'll grow to $45 billion.
$45 billion. That's more than we spend on education. It's 18 times the recent rover trip to Mars.
I'd welcome any changes, but only at the very, very, very high end. For example, coal miners in my electorate earning, $120,000, $130,000, $140,000 a year are not wealthy. That's the sort of money you need these days with property prices, etc., as they are.
So is there a danger here that the Labor government is actually going to undercook its superannuation changes?
I think there's a great danger that Labor will undercook this, will undersell it, and underdeliver it. We've seen this from this Labor government time and time again, is that a really sensible proposal is put forward, then industry groups come in and attack it, and suddenly everybody loses the will to pursue it.
In Sydney's West, you can be on $250,000 family income a year and you're still struggling.
He said, you're struggling. The inference that, you can't put food on the table, you can't pay your bills, you've got no chance of ever owning a home or putting some clothes on your children's back. I mean, it's just absurd. It's as absurd as his proposition last week that Rudd was going to win the Labor leadership.
If Joel Fitzgibbon thinks that a couple earning $250,000 are struggling, how does he think people who are on the Newstart allowance, which is 10% of that, are doing?
You're not struggling. It's paradise, effectively, on that level of income in Sydney's West. You can buy a house.
I said that we were going out the back door a number of years ago with this crazy type of Green Labor Party independent economic policy, the sort of Yoko Ono policy, and that if they keep going out the back door, we're going to run out of money, then they're going to start searching for it. Well, now they are. Now we have our own little version of Cyprus, where the government has decided that the place that they're going to find the money to pay back the Green Labor Party independent debt is out of your savings.
The only plan on the table at the moment to cut superannuation for Australians is the plan of the Leader of the Opposition to take away a benefit of $500 for more than 3 million workers.
Well, I thought it was very interesting that Barnaby claimed that he wasn't going to touch people's super, because it's been made perfectly clear that the Coalition are going to dump the low-income super contribution, which tops up the savings of folk earning less than $37,000. So I'm afraid that Barnaby's in the pocket of the very rich here, and yet he's going to savage people who are genuinely struggling to meet their day-to-day needs.
They always start, this will only be for the very, very rich. But it doesn't take them long before the very, very rich start becoming the middle class, and then the middle class start becoming everybody.